Chipmunks, welcome to the AMP Cycling Ride Review Series. I'm your host, Angry Chipmunk, and today we'll be taking a look at Stage 13 from the 2023 Vuelta a España, Tourmalet. That's right, we're doing a French climb in the Spanish Grand Tour. This route is available on Rouvy, so let's get right into it. This is a moderate length route at only about 18.5 kilometers long, but is a crushing 1,389 meters of elevation gain. All 18.5 kilometers is positive gradient with no flat or downhill sections. There is about 2 kilometers of neutral before you hit the Tourmalet Strava climb segment. The segment itself is only 16.5 kilometers long with about 1,260 meters of elevation gain, so you're looking at over 100 meters of climbing before you even hit the climb. Cheeky little buggers. There are several Strava segments on this climb, but the one included on Rouvy averages about 8% and maxes out at 14%. For this climb and every other decent length climb segment, it is considered an HC climb, or hors catégorie, which means beyond categorization. We frequently refer to them as hecking climbs because that's what they are. Heck. The first half of this route is mostly in the 7 to 9% range, but there is a short stint just before the halfway point which spends a fair amount of time in the 10 to 12% range. But around there, the gradients really drop off for a couple of kilometers. This is a really good place to try to recover some energy and have a quick snack before the gradients ramp up again. They will again be in that 7 to 9% range until the last 5 to 6 kilometers. And at this point, you are really going to start to feel the effects of this climb. There's a short break just before the 2 kilometer to go mark where the gradients back off to about 4%. Try to use this area to regain some energy as the last 2 kilometers are pretty tough. The first 1 to 1.5 kilometers in the final push are tending towards 8 to 10%, with the last 500 meters really turning the screws and hitting 12 to 14%. If you have managed to save or recover some energy, try your hardest to give this one a good push, or you'll likely be falling back into slow spinning, which is just going to make this section hard going and slow. Not fun. The ending does come rather quickly if you've managed to give it a good push though. The ending on this one is the summit. With this route being the climb only, you're going to be needing a very good warm-up and very good cool down. At least 15 to 20 minutes to get your legs nice and warm, but don't tire yourself out before starting. This route does immediately start with gradients over 4%. This is definitely a route that requires pre-fueling, and be sure to include plenty of protein with that for extended energy release, or start the ride off with 10 to 15 grams of carbs. I would advise having some fast-acting carbs on hand as well, either some gummies or a mini chocolate bar, juice, full sugar sports drink. Anything that you can eat or drink quickly, which is also quickly absorbed. There's really not a great spot to refuel until about the halfway point where the gradients back off a bit. Have another 10 to 15 grams here or more if you're pushing hard. When you reach the 5 to 6 kilometers to go mark, have some fast-acting carbs to help with that final push. Just a quick something to top up your energy reserves. And I would definitely be following up this ride with a protein drink or bar and a magnesium supplement. You'll be getting a hard workout here with the potential for cramping later being pretty high. This route took me about an hour and 45 minutes to complete on 100% difficulty emulation. With the warm-up and cool-down this ride needs, you should be looking to budget at least 2 hours. This is not a good route for those with time restraints. The view on this route is magnificent. The Pyrenees are beautiful, and the camera van has set off early in the morning, so you're blessed with those amazing shots of the sun coming up through the mountains. Be sure to look around as much as possible and take it all in. And once you hit the higher slopes, you'll see plenty of cows and sheep roaming around having a munch on the side of the road. It's very, very peaceful despite the steep gradients. Overall, this is a fantastic route, and I would definitely recommend it for the climbing enthusiast. It's not overly difficult, but 1,400 meters of elevation gain in just over 18 kilometers is still quite significant. It's not a good choice for those who are new to climbing. Be sure to use the course profile carefully on this one so that you can budget your energy usage, as it is all uphill. For this route, I will be giving a 5 out of 5. It's a fantastic climb, and the van setting out early really makes this route next level enjoyable. The view on this one is a 6 out of 5. I love the mountains, and having bonus cows and sheep along the road make it that much better. For the climb, I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 until the last 2 kilometers, and then up it to a 5.5 out of 5. It's not too bad, with a good mix of milder and steeper gradients, but those last 2 kilometers do increase the difficulty quite a bit. And overall, I would give this one a 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this one, and I think any climbing enthusiast will too. Thanks for watching, Chipmunks, and please let me know what you think of this version of Tourmalet if you complete it. I'll leave you to finish the rest of the 2023 Vuelta a España climb of the Col de Tourmalet, and I'll see you next week for another review. Ride on, Chipmunks! Ride on!